Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. This will be a quick video diving into the TA for both Scale as well as for Orchid. That's OXT and SKL. If you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe for more cryptocurrency news and technical analysis. I not only delve into altcoins, but I also do separate videos focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum and what news is going on with them, as well as I do a playthrough series on Decentraland. From time to time, I might even do some stuff on some stocks. So welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are having a good time. And I know we're just getting started here. And yeah, so don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button, and click the bell icon. Real quick, I don't want to let you guys know I am on Twitter if you want to check me out at Atlas Official TV. Not really any news going on with Scale or Orchid as far as I could tell. I've tried searching around, and I want to take this opportunity to let you guys know that if for some reason you guys know of something that just happened, please tell us in the comments down below so as a community we can stay up to date with everything too. But I couldn't personally find anything. As far as Bitcoin, it's starting to make some recovery going on. It's got 8 minutes left on the daily chart before it does its close. That includes what we would see then also for the other cryptocurrencies. And we're going to start off with Scale, and then we'll finish up with Orchid. So as you guys can see here, just an absolutely nice, beautiful rise going on. Currently up 14% on the daily candle. It actually shot all the way up here at one point. It went up to, let's go ahead and do my price range. Sorry about that. From the start of the day all the way up to a high, went up to 47% in a single day. That is absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing. The weekend was pretty quiet. We saw this happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum. I did talk about that in my other video. RSI is kicking up a bit here, guys. You can see it's starting to go in towards just on the brink of being in the overbought territory. Just recently, Scale was added to Coinbase, and a lot of that big push momentum we've been seeing going up is largely more than likely being indicative of the fact that it was added to that at Coinbase. So here's the levels that we want to keep an eye out for. Primarily, we're looking at what's going on with the Fibonacci sequence. But as you guys can see, we've actually got two different points of reference now, one of which took place on March 13th, the other that took place as of today, and that was right around $1.09. So hitting the dollar region zone is actually way down here, as you guys can see. That's not proving to be too hard, but these are wicks. These are substantial wicks. This is a really big price action movement. So if things slow down, then I would be much more realistic to say to the $1 region zone is a level of resistance there. Okay, so let's go through these step by step. Right now, we do have to try and get above the Fibonacci sequence. This is at 0.88, around 89 cents or so. Above that, then we get the $1 zone, as we mentioned. And then we got the $1.09 that we talked about. A further level above that is then going to be at $1.40. Okay, that's pushing all the way up here on the 1.618 on the Fibonacci sequence. So we see these huge candles taking place. It is possible. I would definitely keep an eye out for that range at $1.40. On the way down, if this decides to start having some selling pressure, because we did have 1, 2, 3, now looking to be 4 with only 6 minutes left, very likely it's going to be 4 green candles in a row, there tends to be some selling pressure after a certain amount of time, right? So the more days that this goes on in the green, the more likely we are to have a red day to follow up. And then these big moments like this, you typically see as a pump and dump. And consequently, we're actually seeing it happen mainly in the same day, as it shot all the way up here quite substantially. And we've seen more than a 50% correction actually taking place on the way back down. Still ending up in the green, so things are still looking okay. But just keep in mind that the rest of this tomorrow could still get itself invalidated and canceling out all those gains that took place. I'm not a financial advisor. Please keep that in mind, guys. This is just my own opinion on these things. Now, if this decides that it wants to go up with the RSI, with the 21 EMA, which is more than likely going to be something of this kind of a degree, we might not see it to this level extent, again, depending on how this pressure is going on, but even just a slight little increase like this, right? So then we're going to see some support at 71 cents respectively. Below that, about 64 cents. Below that, we're going to see it on the Fibonacci sequence now at 57 cents, and then at 47 cents as a significant drop underneath everything here, right? So you could see these huge green candles, but at the same time, it's cryptocurrencies, it's investing, things are volatile. Like, we could see some big drops take place too. There was a large volume red candle that took place back here on March 10th, but as you guys can see, overall in the day, it ended up just slightly going down. There was some nice buying pressure that actually took place, and then a lot of selling pressure back and forth, and then before you know it, ended up in a little bit in the red. Next day, it actually ended up doing great though too. So we saw a substantial increase in volume right here. If it's anything like what we saw back around March 9th, we might actually have another huge daily volume coming up here the next day. We have 1-2 days of closures taking place above the 21 EMA, which is good. Ideally, we would have a third, but as of right now, I am cautiously optimistic that we are entering into a bull pattern, and we are more than likely going to stay above this 21 EMA and potentially see some further gains going on. Technical raters are suggesting a buy as well, so things are looking quite good for Skale. Now, if we go ahead and hop on over to that of Orchid, Orchid is 1, 2, 3, 4 days now going to be above the 21 EMA. So these 3 days, even though this was a red candle, it still was above the 21 EMA, suggesting a further continuation is more likely for a bull trend. And guess what? We're seeing that on the 4th daily candle. So technically, with us being so close to the 21 EMA, tomorrow very well could end up dropping back down and going below the 21 EMA, right? It's not to say that this has to go on for a long time, but the fact that we are seeing another candle take place after 3 instances, it fits into the higher form of probability, right? And that's what all this is. It's looking at probabilities, what's more likely to happen based on previous trends. And that's what we're going over with all this stuff. So here's some of the key levels that we want to take a look at. Actually, let's talk about some other things first. Technicals are suggesting a strong buy for Orchid. That's absolutely amazing. We've been seeing a lot of this funny business going on, the selling pressure here, massive spike up, then we see down. You got all these pump and dumps, and it's over and over again. I mean, we swap over to like a 15-minute chart here, and I zoom in on something like this. You guys can just see how these shenanigans are taking place, going up here and then down, up and then down, up and then starting to look okay, and then invalidates everything. It goes right back down to basically the same level there. It starts to go up and then it traces all the way down. It's like starts to have a rally, and then somebody just takes a crap all over this thing. I love this project. I want it to do well, obviously, because I am also involved in it. But emotions aside from it, there's a lot of funny business that's going on. The fact is, though, regardless, we are still seeing a steady growth up. If you take a look at the trends here, guys, you can see that we're progressively forming new higher lows as we go across, right? And so with this curvature moving over like this could lead us to going towards a more parabolic push. Something similar like what we saw back here around August 15th of last year, but with potentially not as much sell-off going off. I mean, this had a lot of token releases. Bitcoin was suffering at some points during this movement here. It was just absolutely bizarre with everything. So I'm still actually optimistic about Orchid overall with things, but the levels we need to look at right now, we have support at 68 cents, below that at 65 cents, below that is going to be at 58 cents, and a substantial drop all the way down at 48 cents. We're seeing some resistance taking place, which actually is proven to be true here. You guys can see I pull this across like that, and by doing so, you can see that we did match up with our previous line, right? So that was resistance right around at 74, almost 75 cents. We got another level at 79 cents, almost 80. Pushing up above that, we got 82 cents. Then we're on the road towards hitting that previous $1 zone. After $1, we're going to enter the price discovery zone. And the next major gap, guys, is going to be all the way up at $1.53. So if we break $1, we very well could see a very nice parabolic push. Hopefully there's going to be some good news coming on soon. Hopefully there's a strong rally with this, but that's just my own personal taste on that. The volume over the weekend was quite lackluster, like what we were seeing with basically every cryptocurrency right there. A little bit of a kick up today, but even in regards to like the other cryptocurrencies, this is still pretty insignificant. So a lot of things are pretty quiet with Orchid at the moment. Hopefully tomorrow we'll see a bigger trend up. RSI is a little above the median zone, so it's still looking good. Starting to show a little bit of an uptick, suggesting that there is more buying pressure going on, as you guys can see with this. Now we just hit the new daily candle position. Things are going to be getting interesting. Curious to what's going to happen with Bitcoin here, and I'll just kind of keep it on this chart for a second as I finish wrapping up this video. So if you guys are new to the channel, I do have some referral links in the description, just so you guys know. And with those referral links, you can earn some free cryptocurrencies as well as some free stocks. Make sure that you do actually click on those referral links in order to get those things. But yeah, I got Coinbase, Gemini, we got Robinhood, Webull, and BlockFi. And as an affiliate with BlockFi, you can earn up to $250 in bonus cryptocurrencies. Let me know if you guys are feeling bullish or bearish on Scale and or Orchid in the comments down below, and why, and what price targets that you guys have, what price time frame do you guys think these things are going to be taking place. If you want just my personal opinion, with Orchid, it's got this, it keeps forming these like bullish pennant flags, and it wants to wiggle itself all the way down to the side there. So if somebody just throws a dice in here out of nowhere and we get that lucky number to where it finally shoots up and we don't look back on this, then I think in the next 2 weeks or so, we could potentially see us testing the $1 region zone again, right? So we'll see with Orchid. And yeah, now we got a little bit of rising pressure, but immediately seeing that selling pressure going off. Actually, I zoom in a lot more here, so it just barely started to go up and starting to see some selling going off on there. So that's going to do it, guys. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button, click the bell icon, and I will see you guys in the next episode.